What's up, YouTube? It's your girl Dee. Welcome back to the channel. So I am back with another reaction video for you guys. Now, this is a video that comes from TikTok where this woman is talking about women asking men for money. And y'all know we talk about this, but apparently she did a part one. I don't have the part one, but this is the part two of it, where she's responding to the women in her comments who had a problem with what she had to say, and she's reiterating what she had to say, and she's standing on business. So she basically lets them know, you know, where she's coming from as it relates to women who are demanding money from men on a first date, second date, as soon as you meet them, asking men for money, and she doesn't agree with it. So I want to play this little short snippet of what she had to say before we get into my thoughts and my commentary. Make sure you are subscribed to the channel if you like the content, share and like the video, and hit that notification bell to be notified when I upload new content. All right, so make sure you guys are doing that. Let's go ahead and get into the video. Here we go.
So I just had to turn off my comments because the girls in the uproar about what I said in my video about stop asking men for money when y'all first meet them. Ain't shit I said wrong. You know what I'm saying? Like, how the hell I just met you 2 days ago and you already need help with your rent? Like, y'all do give junkie vibes. Like, y'all whole broke in real life. Y'all ain't having shit going on. Y'all want niggas with money, or this gotta have this, that, and the third. You don't even know how to make $10,000 a month. You don't even know how to make $30,000 a month. You got several kids. A lot of y'all have kids. You got several kids. The niggas done fleed. My dead. So that's the only reason why I'm a single mother. A lot of these done fleed, done left y'all, and you got all that baggage, but you want the utmost top tier. You ain't even top tier. I said what I said. I meant what I said. As a woman, you should have your own success and your own money. I meant that. Have your own identity. Like, why are y'all so offended? I had some girl that just reposted me and was like, Lord, you're rich. Of course she can buy a nigga. Even if that was the case, do you want to be the bitch that can buy a nigga, or do you want to be the bitch that a nigga can buy? Y'all hoes don't play with me because y'all know how I get.
Okay, what's your thoughts on what she had to say? Listen, you know, it is what it is. You know, we talk about this all the time, how women are asking and demanding certain, you know, deposits, money. I talked about it several times, and it's really getting old because it's just ridiculous. It's redundant. We clearly know this is not what any man should be doing for any woman out here, any independent model woman. By that we know that this is reserved for your girlfriends or your wives or your family, but it's not for somebody that you're dating. You are not obligated to pay these women's rent, bills, or anything. And the fact that these, you know, modern women bonnet crew members of the sisterhood traveling pants are really trying to push this narrative because they really are broke. I said this before. These modern women are actually broke. These boss chicks are actually broke women, and they're desperate out here trying to just, you know, get a lick off of a man, or any man that they can. They're not trying to look for relationships, but they just want men to fund their lifestyle and pay their bills. Like, this is crazy to me. It's just, you know, what's really, and every time I talk about this, or every time I see videos like this, it just makes me ponder on the fact that so many of these women claim to be independent boss chicks and that they don't need a man, but they still are out here begging, basically begging men for money. You're begging men as soon as a man is in your vicinity, you're thinking about how much money you're gonna try to ask him for. Try to cry. We seen that lady who was pandering outside in I think she was in Florida, out here pandering and fake crying, telling these men that she lost her purse and all kind of things happen and she needs some money. Can you give her $10? Like, this is what they're doing. But these are the modern day boss chicks who are getting to the bag. A lot of these women are getting to the bag by finessing men, but y'all say you don't need men. So what if all of the men just were, you know, they like to use this scenario that if all the men were gone, we'll be just fine. Would you? Because it seems like y'all, a lot of these women are very dependent upon finessing men, that you are very dependent upon a man giving you some kind of money, to the point that you are pandering to men for money because you know that you have a better shot at doing that. You know, a lot of women ain't gonna give another female no bunch of money in some cases, you know, but a man, you can make him feel sorry for you. If he thinks you're cute enough, he'll give you a few dollars. But this is what they're depending on for men. You know, and in that experiment that woman did about pandering, she wasn't going up to no women. She was going up to men. So if y'all always talk about move the men out the way, if the men aren't around, we'll just do so great. Who y'all gonna pander to? Who gonna buy y'all drinks? Who gonna fix things for you? Who's gonna build our bridges and keep them safe? Where are the policemen gonna be? What about all these? There are a lot of doctors that are male. So what if we get rid of all of those? What do y'all think? There's already a shortage. So if you get rid of them all, what do y'all think is going to happen? You're gonna realize a lot of things are gonna fall short, and y'all are not gonna be able to pick up the pieces. So who's going to cater to you? Who's going to do all these things? Where are the men that y'all talk about, these high value men that won't exist? So what you going to do then? You going to look for a high value woman? What are you going to do? If all the men are gone, what are y'all going to do? That's why I think it's asinine that they're walking around saying this, but you're not really thinking of the bigger picture. Remember I said before, a lot of women, you only think about right now and what you want and your feelings. You don't think about the overall picture and how this is going to affect your life, your livelihood, your kids' lives, all of our lives. If men weren't around, they don't think of the bigger picture. You only think about a small percentage of something. You don't think of the whole picture and how this is going to negatively affect you if that was to happen. These women would be lost in the sauce. We all would be lost if there were no men around to do all of the jobs that women don't want to do and quite frankly can't do, a lot of them. Baby, it would be a hot mess. It would be a hot mess. And I don't understand why they don't see that. How you don't see that. But they're just talking and saying these things. But if this was to happen, it would be calamity. And these women would know which way to turn. They'll be running and scared and crying. You would know what the first thing to do to try to help the situation. So I just think it's just interesting that you have a bunch of boss chicks, and happy to say, because, we're modern women. We work. We got our own jobs. We don't really need men. What I need a man for? But y'all always turn around and need a man for something. And you don't even realize it. It's just crazy to me. I'm glad I could see it. I'm glad I'm not in this delusional la la land, that I'm open to what's really the truth and reality. And it's not about, once again, bashing women or bashing anybody. It's about being realistic, using your brain for what it really is, and not going off of your delusional feelings. You know what I'm saying? Like of what is untrue. You got to look at the facts, and the facts are there if you want them. But if you don't want to hear what's actually the truth because you have your own narrative and your own feelings, then that's how you go wrong. And this is why a lot of women are single, because men are quite frankly, are tired of this type of mentality. They don't want to deal with these women because it affects the relationship. And they don't see it. It's like they're just on autopilot doing stupid shit. It's like you don't get it. And then anytime somebody try to tell you, oh my God, you're pick me. Oh my God, I hate these male-centered women. What? But y'all want a man. I don't understand. But y'all are the ones keep clamoring and wishing you had a man to be there for you. When times get hard, you doing it all by yourself and you tired of doing it. But your only other recourse is to get you a man. But y'all don't want to be centered around men because that don't look good, because society is telling you, oh my God, you don't need a man. But you're struggling like hell. And you want love and companionship, but you can't find it. You keep giving the box to Pookie and Ray Ray and hoping that he change and level up, and he's not doing it. So that leaves you by yourself. And if you want to be by yourself for the rest of your life, do you. But the very things y'all complain about are the very things y'all trying to establish. Oh, you need to decenter men. Men ain't this and men ain't that, but you still want one. You still looking for where all the good men at. It's like y'all bipolar, because you go back and forth. You don't know what you want, but you want something, but you ain't getting none of it. Make it make sense. Oh my God. So it's just crazy to me. This idea that men got to give you money and all that when you first date them is just asinine. Y'all know that that's as stupid as hell. That it is not something you should be doing. Y'all should be embarrassed of yourselves to be out here begging and asking men for money on the first date and second dates, any of the dates. You shouldn't be doing that as a independent boss chick, a grown woman with kids. You out here asking men for money just to date you. Y'all know that ain't right. But y'all have gotten a few of y'all have gotten away with it. So now all of y'all think that y'all could just do this and get it. And when a man says no, oh my God, he's sassy. No, y'all are out of pocket. And this is why every time y'all do that, men are just trying to move further and further away. They're moving further and further away because they're tired of this foolishness. They really are. So y'all are hurting yourselves. And y'all better hope that y'all really don't want men. You better hope that you keep that same energy for the rest of your life, because the men are moving away. And the more y'all do this foolishness, it's just pushing them more and more away. And if you really don't want a man, you really just happy by yourself, you better make sure of it, because that's what it's going to be. I'm just saying, because these men ain't playing. They really not trying to do all this stuff that y'all are asking for. And until you understand what it takes to have a relationship, a real relationship with the man, for real, something lasting, something that you can build upon. If you don't want to do that, baby, y'all better go work hard and prepare to be by yourself, because that's the way you're going to be. These men are not playing. A lot of these men, unfortunately, don't want to deal with black women because they see the nature of a lot of y'all. They don't want to do it. They just don't want to even put up with it. So y'all better prepare. Just prepare to be single for the rest of your life, and make sure you got enough money to do so, because these men don't even want to work with a lot of y'all now. It's unfortunate. I would love for black women and men to come together, but you can't push them coming together if these women have a certain, mentality that they don't want to change. I keep saying that. And so the men who would want marriage and commitment, they're moving away. They're like, hell no. Nah. So once men make their mind up and they're staunch on what they believe and what they want, y'all are cooked. Men don't go back and forth. Once they make their mind up of something they want to do, that's the way they go. You can't change it. And so that's going to leave a lot of women left out. And y'all are not going to like that either. But you got to understand, hey, you are creating the problems that you're having. You are the main source behind the problems that you have. You. I'm not saying men don't have problems, because a lot of them do. But it's not all of them. There are actually some men who have worked on themselves. And because they've worked on themselves, they have standards. And because they have standards, they will not accept anything. And a lot of what women are asking for men to do is something that a lot of these men with standards are not accepting. So where does that leave you? It leaves you by yourself, trying to figure it out, picking up the pieces. And that's what y'all gonna have to do, because y'all don't want to compromise. You want a rich man, and rich men don't want you. The average men don't want you. Nobody don't want you. And once that's clearly established, women are going to be complaining about that as well. So listen, I want to know your thoughts. Is it okay for a woman to ask a man for money on the first date? Is it okay for women to ask a man to help her pay a bill on the first, second date, third date? I don't care how many dates. Let me know in the comments below. Comment, like, subscribe to the channel, hit that bell. Y'all know what it is. And I will catch you in the next one. Bye.